Royal Lodge is a very big house to upkeep, and it's a big house to live in, and they have a lot of staff. They certainly have a butler, and he also opens the door. They have someone that serves the food. They have someone that does the cooking, and actually Andrew spends most of his time in the large sitting room, which is now a TV room with an enormous, huge TV screen, which takes up practically the whole of one wall. And he watches golf on television there. It's a very solitary existence, just sitting there playing games or watching golf on television. He doesn't really see a great many people. And when he's not watching television, he goes up to the Royal Mews at Windsor and he has a horse there, which I presume is what was one of the Queen's horses, and one of the grooms takes him out riding. I don't think he's a particularly popular figure there, and he hates the local paparazzi, the photographers that work around Windsor, because of course they're always waiting to get the snap of him either leaving the house in his Range Rover or out riding, and he really hates that. Fergie has a lot of meetings. She's always had a lot of meetings, and a friend of mine went to have a meeting with her at Royal Lodge, and he was ushered in by a butler who opened the door, and then somebody served him some coffee, and he went into this large room hung with pictures from the Royal Collection. And once he'd had his meeting with Fergie, there was someone else in there. Fergie, I think, actually spends as much time as she can with her grandchildren now. But the house looks like a very luxurious residence of a very rich couple. It's got beautiful fresh flowers everywhere, beautifully arranged. There's an enormous conservatory, and the garden, which is acres and acres. I think there's 2 or 3 gardeners look after it. So it's not a minimal existence by any manner of means. Well, I don't see that they can have a future at Royal Lodge. They are very much under pressure. Well, I'm talking about Andrew is under pressure to leave such a grand residence, because he's no longer anything really to do with the royal family except by being royal by blood. And I think that he should put all his titles, not just his titles he already has put in abeyance. I think that he should put his prince title in abeyance. Doesn't stop him being a prince, but he doesn't have to use it. He could use his Mountbatten Windsor surname, which is something he was given at birth, and he was the first of the Queen's children to hold that name. And it's something that Prince Philip was very proud of, because he fought to have his name, Mountbatten, included with the Windsor. So that would be one option, and he could go and live, well, somewhere safe that wouldn't extradite him to America.